So the biggest challenge I had with Project Pluto, I think, was the floors really and the layout of the living room. I say biggest challenge, it was just something I had to really think about because of our budget, you know, because of the volume of work I wanted to get through. I didn't want to spend a bulk of the budget on one particular item and then have to scrimp and you know suffer the look and feel because of that. So for me, the floors, well, there was nothing wrong with the floors. They might have been outdated for some people, or they might be in the wrong color, but they were good quality floors. There was nothing wrong with them. The only difference was the four bedrooms. The laminate flooring was different to the lounge. So, and also the levels of the floor were different. As remember, we had to raise the one level, and even then, that was the very last minute decision because I was trying so hard not to use that part of the budget to raise the level of the floors. I was hoping the carpets would actually do that for us, but that one, the main bedroom, was the only room that we ended up doing that too. But so my dilemma, my challenge there was making the orangeness of the floors work with everything that we had, without making it look like we ran out of budget. We didn't want to do the floors, so we just put everything on top. For me, it still had to work in the home. So if you look back through the images, which I will add onto this again, is I took the new dining room table, and it's got an oak top, and I asked Mark to do it in a similar tone to the floor, which means that it all starts to tie in with itself. And that oak also then had to go onto the wall for the TV unit area. And and then to break up the solidness of these colors, I did the black legs and the black benches because it broke your eye from going from the top of the table to the floor. So you had the tabletop, then you had the black leather, which is a different fabric. It's a fabric as opposed to wood, which broke that eye level connection with the floor. And then the floor actually just becomes invisible. It's just something you land up walking on because you're looking at other things that break up your eye. And the transference from the table to the wall shelves also created a difference. And if you notice, the wall shelves were the same oak as the tabletop, but the wine racks at the bottom were black, which also then took the idea of the benches and the table legs into that side of the room as well. And the fireplace then became more of an art piece as opposed to just an ugly fire in the middle of the room, which it was in the beginning. Because if you remember that there was the TV on one wall and a fireplace on the other wall, and your attention was divided. Now it all reads as one lovely story on that wall, and the fireplace I actually think looks really, really sexy. The other issues that I had, well, they weren't issues, but they were things I had to really think about, was the artwork. And because they had such a diverse collection, and involved in all of that collection were mirrors that were gold framed and maybe old fashioned and came from all different styles as well. I had to make sure that those all worked without making it look shabby chic or like an eclectic mess, really. And I didn't want to have to reframe any, all of it just so that it fitted in with our new look. So where I got my inspiration from is if you look at the light switches on the walls, they were brass, which means that I could keep the gold mirrors and I could keep all the artwork with gold attachments in them. So if you looked at some of the Dick Latimer artwork, there was some black artworks and brown artworks all put on one wall, which had gold squares in them. It for me, I then carried away those light switches that were brass on the one side of the wall to the other side of the wall with the artwork with the little gold bits and pieces. Then in the bits of the decor on the table, I put like a brass gold colored hurricane lamp with candles in it, and a little stand that was gold and with a black pot in it with the orchid in it. then I'm now taking the black from the dining room table, from the fireplace, from the wine shelves, and putting it now into the decor side of it as well. The white of the ceilings and the kitchen, which was so close, which was also white, I needed to pull back into the space as well. So I did frame one canvas that you see as you walk through the front door and you look straight at the past the dining room table. There's this big square painting. It's like a bluey pasteled color flower that got framed. That's the only one that I framed of the big artwork. And then I placed that huge big, almost looks like a Mexican poncho, hand embroidered purple fabric in that long frame above the dining room table. So then I'd used that purple with the purple that's in that painting that I framed in white, and then I put that on the table as well with the with the runner that has the purple flowers in it, and then in the flowers on the table I used white with a bit of purple as well. So those all start to work. And at the front door, when I had that round mat on the floor, there was a little bit of purple in there and flowers. So it kind of carries a theme through. And then obviously the black of the entrance, with also trying to make that whole DB board disappear, gives you an indication of the black when you start walking through with the legs, the fireplace, and all of that, without making it look too heavy. That was, I think, my biggest challenges was connecting all those dots in that room, which is the hub of the house really, because your kitchen is there with black bar stools that are quite architecturally sexy, and all of that room had to work as, although it works as three different rooms, so you've got the lounge, the dining room, and the kitchen, they still have to work as one big space. When you're standing back, it all has to mesh beautifully. So I think we did a good job there. With regards to the master bedroom, okay, so my favorite room in the house, this was the question. What is the favorite room in your house that you like to decorate or design? For me, the most important room in the house is your main bedroom, because that's where you spend most of your time trying to rejuvenate. And if you don't wake up feeling relaxed and rejuvenated, then the rest of your day for me is ruined. I believe that your bedroom is the most important room, because if you wake up feeling relaxed and calm and amazing, then you can attack your day, without without attacking everybody else. So I always try and make the bedroom look quite plush and warm and homely, and I think I managed to do that quite nicely with the colors. The I can't tell you where I got the inspiration for that particular room. I think it just evolved as I was, designing the rest of the house. I can't, off the top of my head, think of one real reason why I chose the blue and the gold, other than that I really like it. But that was my last room, actually, that I did in the house. I knew I had a very strong idea about the rest of the house. That was for the first time ever, actually. I actually did it the other way around. I always normally start with the main bedroom and then work my way around, but I did it the other way around because there were one or two things I wasn't quite sure of. So between you and me and the rest of the world, the side walls, I actually was going to paint the same color as the headboard, which was that gold color, and I did put a coat of it on, and I didn't like it at all. And I thought it could have worked, and it could have been a really beautiful cocoon, but I just thought it was a bit too much, and it took away the elegance of the room, which is why I then painted the room in the same color as the walls of the rest of the house, and just created that blue section for where their heads sit in the bed. And that fabric that was on the Roman blind is that fabric that I took to the paint shop, and I said, please match up the color of this fabric and that's how I got the blue of the walls, because it matched the blue. Because I wanted, when that Roman blind was closed, I actually didn't want you to even notice that there was one. And I don't know if you look at the pictures behind of the bedroom, you probably don't notice that there's a Roman blind there until it's open. And exactly the same as I did in the guest bedroom, the color for the house actually came from the fabric that I used for the Roman blind in the guest bedroom. And then I just carried that through the rest of the house because it was a lovely fawn color that was just easy to work with, and everything that you put on the wall was bounced off because the white would shine out nice and white, which is a reason why, I mean, a lot of people say, why don't I like painting the walls white? I don't mind painting walls white, but the white has to have a purpose. For me, a lot of people think, oh, my house is too small, I can't paint the walls dark because it'll make it look smaller. It actually doesn't. If you, for me, a white wall actually just makes the place look boring and unthought of. If you paint a wall, it doesn't, even if it's off-white, you know, anything that will give a shadow to whatever is on the walls. I mean, if you look at the pictures behind me, those are white frames on an off-white wall. So this is, I'm sitting at my mum's place now. So, but you can see if that was on a white wall, those pictures would look a bit boring. But now they stand off the wall, and it creates a difference. And I will give you an example of whatever you watch on television, what your sitcoms or your series or whatever you watch on TV, or a very good example is the very first Sex and the City movie. Watch those, and that will give you a really good idea on how to change your interiors without ever having a white wall. So if you watch any of your TV series, I don't know, Friends or whatever you watch, you will very, very, very seldom ever find a white wall in an apartment that you're watching on TV. And then look at your own walls and wonder, why have you got a white wall? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.